Chapter 8. Meditating on a Park Bench. There was a time when my family had the opportunity to paint outside the box. I had been working virtually nonstop in my clinic for 11 years, and I hurt myself by blowing a disc into my spinal cord. My dream of integrating meditation with healthcare had succeeded in that a community practicing mindfulness together had developed beyond the clinic. The airline for which my wife had been a flight attendant for 37 years was being bought. My son was 12, and I knew I had little time left of being smart or being listened to by him. So my wife and I created a 3-year, 3-month, and 3-day family nature meditation retreat. This is the traditional length of time a Tibetan monk goes into retreat to become a lama. Although my Tibetan teacher, Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, had started an abbey for extended retreats, he made his students' lives harder by challenging us to bring the teachings into everyday life. His approach was for his students to get punctured, squeezed, and stretched by daily neurosis and speed while we tried, at least, to hold the view of the sacredness of daily life. The main ingredients of our retreat were nature, for lots of space, and a small container for living, like an RV or a boat, for some compression. It's as though we deliberately designed in claustrophobia as an aspect of the retreat. Then, once we were ready to scream, we could go outside and let nature make fun of us with its uplifting beauty. I've been a member of the Church of Nature my entire life. I do most of my practice and teachings outside now. For me, the nature of mind teachings are more easily taught with the background or environment being a natural setting. Nature is a stunning visual aid and invitation for melting everything in our heads that keep us separate from the experience of presence. On our family retreat, we set off in the summer and did the classic cross-country road trip, hitting all the national parks we could. We arranged for my son to have a semester in Nova Scotia and one in Malta, and the rest of the time we home boat schooled. We lived in the RV for 6 months and then on a boat sailing the Caribbean and around Europe for 2 years. There were times we needed to do long sea crossings. Blue water sailing is the term sailors use when there's no land in sight. It's an incredible experience. There's nothing but ocean and sky. Some people love this sense of blue and space, and others can't handle it. Most sailors don't do blue water sailing. They stay close to coastal ports and anchorages. So there was a sense of adventure and danger about our retreat as well. There were crossings of hundreds of miles where both my wife and son were seasick, and I had to stay at the helm in nasty conditions for 24 hours straight. Reflecting on this retreat, the most salient takeaways is sort of an inner glow. We did something unusual, somewhat crazy, and we're here to talk about it. The spiritual lessons from the experience shifted me. I never came back from that trip completely. I've not fit into conventional reality since. A couple of years at Walden Pond or a long time at sea changes you. Our society sets up these conventions like Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, September to June, and we live in obedience to these schedules and, of course, to work. After you pull yourself out of these routines for a while, it's hard to fit into them again, like trying on somebody else's shoes. While we were in port, especially in Malta, I became an extreme park bench sitter. I perfected, or at least became proficient at, sitting for hours on a park bench and letting my mind and body relax into whatever showed up. I needed to get away from the closeness of the boat, but I also wanted to sustain the commitment to retreat and practice around which we had designed the trip. After getting my son on the school bus, I went to one of 3 park benches I had scoped out for the practice. I sat there, frequently bringing my lunch and staying for the day. Pigeons were generally around, people would go by, some would sit down, some would talk, some wouldn't. Most folks in Malta speak English. If they spoke to me after I said hello, fine. If not, that was good too. The thousands of hours I'd spent on the meditation cushion came to fruition on that park bench. I practiced not changing anything in my environment, not wanting anything to be different than it was. I relaxed into not thinking about what's next. When the real Mr. or Mrs. Power of Now shows up, she's tricky. There's no announcement. You reflect back and realize you got a brief get out of jail card, and then the moment is gone. You're sitting there saying, wait, I've got so much to say to you. And once again, you find you're talking to yourself. You've got to give up your agenda, your expectations for now to visit. Meditating on a park bench shifted me. I've been told that Gurdjieff, or more recently Eckhart Tolle, both renowned spiritual teachers, were park bench sitters. I'm not saying I achieved their level of park bench realization, but I benefited from the process very much. It isn't always possible to go to retreat land with all its environmental advantages, but park benches are very accessible. Take a morning and go sit on one with a commitment to being present for, let's say, a half hour. Give yourself the gift of nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just sit with a little smile of wakefulness on your face and watch the world display itself. I think you'll love it. There's a more advanced form of this promoted by the late Zen master Bernie Glassman. He did street retreats wherein practitioners would join the homeless for a week. They put on scruffy clothes, then jump into the world of many of us judge and fear as we pass by. If you want to be happy in your life, invest some of your time on a local park bench. As both Confucius and Buckaroo Banzai said, wherever you go, there you are.